are back. We're talking about decimal fractions again. Specifically today, we are going to discuss decimal fractions and multiplying and how we use estimation to help us place our decimal. So let's get to work. All right, first things first, let's drop this in here. Here are our problems. I have 3 of them. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to make this quick, and we're going to move on to dividing. So, first things first, let's just show 31 times 4. And I'm going to show you a couple different ways, but the first way that I am going to show you is just multiplying it using the area model. This is the area model. We've used this a couple times before. Makes things a little easier. So here we go. 4. And it's 3 tens, right? So 31. 3 tens and 4 ones, right? So that would be, oh, sorry, not 4 ones. 1 1. So we're adding those, right? 1 1. Okay. And then we just multiply. So if you remember from that last video, it's been a while. Go back and watch it. 4 times 3 is 12. That's 12 tens, right? And 4 times 1 is 4, so that's 4 ones. We can break that down as 120 because it's tens. 12 times 10 is 20, and 4 ones, I misspelled that, is just 4, right? And so when we add these, we would get, let's write it up here, we would get 124, right? And so if we did it with a second one, right, we would write the same thing, except now we need to notice that the product is going to be a little different because it's 3.1 times 4. So now we're dealing with ones instead of tens. So now it's 3 ones and 1/10. Okay. And then we're multiplying that by 4. So 4 times 3 ones, again, is 12 ones. It's 12 ones and 4 tenths. And what we're doing is we're using the naming convention in decimals to help us place the decimal. So tenths, hundredths, we're using place value again, right? And so when we bring this down, it's 12 plus, right? There's that plus up there that we have to remember, plus 4 tenths, which we write as 0.4. And then we add them together, we get 12.4. And then when we do this last one, it's the same thing, except again, our decimal is slightly different. We have 3 tenths, okay, and 1/100th. And so when we get to our naming convention, again, it's 12 tenths. It's the 12, the consistency is the 12. The name changes based on the decimal. We should know that. And 400ths. Okay. And when we add them together, it's 0.12 plus. I'm sorry, that decimal's in the wrong spot. Let me fix that. It's 12 tenths, not 1200ths. So it's 1.2 plus 0.004, or 0.04, sorry. And then when we add them, is now 1.24. Now we can tell the consistency across this is that every product has a 1, a 2, and a 4 in it, right? 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. But the decimals are different. And what we can do is we can multiply the numerals first, and then we can think about the units to help place it. Okay? So really, in reality, we can get rid of this decimal and just think 31 times 4, which is a lot easier to do, right? And then we can place the decimal. If whatever our answer is, in this case it's in tenths, our answer is going to be in tenths, 12.4, right? Or 12 and 4 tenths, 1 and 24 hundredths. So there's that hundredths, there's that tenths, whatever our last decimal naming convention is going to be what it is. So for instance, if we got rid of all of this and we started fresh, and let's just narrow this down to 1. Let's try it one more time. We can take 5.1 times 6, and we can really think of it as 51 times 6, right? So, or 5 tens and 1 1, right? And there's that, so that's 30 tens, and that is 6 ones, okay? And then when we add them together, remember the plus, right? It's 30 tens, so it's 300, right? And 6 ones, so really our answer should be 306 if it was 51. But remember, we go back to this, remember it's in tenths. So if it's in tenths, I simply look at this number, what would make this tenths, and I know that my decimal would be there. That's kind of how you would use it. That's just a technique. Now again, if you know how to do 5.1 times 6 and you know it's only going to move over once, perfect, but this is just another way to do that, so good luck with that.